Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk to you about something vital where we direct our energy. You see, energy is a precious resource. Once it's gone, it's gone, it's gone. So let's talk about 5 places not to waste that energy, because life's too short to be pouring it into things that don't serve us. First, let's consider negative relationships. We've all had those people in our lives who seem to suck the joy right out of us. You know who I'm talking about, the friends who never lift you up, the acquaintances who only bring drama. Cut those ties. Surround yourself with those who inspire you, who lift you up, and who encourage your growth. Next up, unproductive environments. Look around you. Is your space cluttered? Is your mind chaotic? A messy environment can drain your focus and creativity. Create a sanctuary for yourself, a place where you can think, create, and breathe. Your environment should energize you, not weigh you down. Now, let's address futile arguments. We've all been there, locked in a debate that leads nowhere. Ask yourself, is this worth my energy? If it's not contributing to your growth or understanding, let it go. Some battles aren't worth fighting. Choose wisely where you invest your time and energy. Then there's social media. The digital age. It's easy to get lost scrolling through endless feeds, but let's be real, it can drain your time and focus. Set boundaries. Use social media as a tool, not a crutch. Spend that energy on real connections, not just virtual ones. Lastly, don't waste your energy dwelling on the past. We all have regrets, we all make mistakes. But here's the truth, the past is a lesson, not a life sentence. Let it go. Channel that energy into what you can do today, who you can become tomorrow. So as we wrap this up, I challenge you to take a good look at where you're directing your energy. Let's not waste it on negativity, clutter, arguments, distractions, or past mistakes. Instead, let's focus on what truly matters, our dreams, our passions, and the people who uplift us. Energy management is an essential skill in today's fast-paced world. It's not just about how we manage our physical energy, but also how we navigate our emotional and mental resources. Every day, we're faced with countless demands on our time and attention, and understanding how to prioritize our energy can lead to a more fulfilling life. Consider this energy is finite. Each moment we spend on unproductive tasks or draining relationships is a moment we can't reclaim. This realization invites us to be intentional about where we invest our energy. By identifying the areas that truly deserve our focus, we can cultivate a life that aligns with our values and goals. When we think about energy management, it's also about awareness. Recognizing the people, activities, and environments that either uplift us or pull us down is crucial. It's a process of constant evaluation, deciding what brings joy, inspiration, and growth, and what simply drains our spirit. Effective energy management fosters resilience. By conserving our energy for what truly matters, we become better equipped to face challenges. We cultivate the strength to pursue our dreams, support those we care about, and tackle obstacles that come our way. Ultimately, mastering the art of energy management allows us to live with purpose and clarity, ensuring that our efforts are aligned with our aspirations. Negative relationships can profoundly impact our well-being and overall quality of life. These are the connections that drain us, leaving us feeling exhausted, unappreciated, or even demoralized. It's essential to recognize the signs of these toxic dynamics early on, as they can subtly infiltrate our lives and affect our mental and emotional health. When we're surrounded by people who consistently bring negativity, whether through constant criticism, drama, or manipulation, it can create a heavy burden. Such relationships often foster feelings of self-doubt and insecurity, making it difficult to see our own worth. We may find ourselves constantly trying to appease or please these individuals, sacrificing our own happiness in the process. Negative relationships can lead to a cycle of emotional exhaustion. The energy we expend in navigating these dynamics could be better spent on relationships that uplift and inspire us. It's not just about the time wasted, it's about the emotional toll it takes. We may become more irritable, anxious, or even withdrawn as we try to cope with the toxicity around us. Recognizing the need to distance ourselves from these negative influences can be challenging, especially if they are long-standing relationships or family ties. However, It's vital to prioritize our mental health and well-being. Surrounding ourselves with positive, supportive people allows us to thrive. These are the relationships that nurture our growth, encourage our dreams, and provide a safe space to be ourselves without fear of judgment. Letting go of negative relationships is an act of self-love. It opens the door to healthier connections that bring joy and positivity into our lives. By choosing to distance ourselves from those who drain our energy, we create space for relationships that empower us, allowing us to flourish and pursue our true potential. Unproductive environments can significantly hinder our ability to focus, create, and thrive. These spaces, whether physical or mental, are often cluttered with distractions that sap our energy and motivation. A chaotic workspace, for instance, can lead to feelings of overwhelm, making it difficult to concentrate on tasks at hand. When our surroundings are disorganized, it's easy to feel lost, which can contribute to procrastination and decreased productivity. An unproductive environment extends beyond mere physical clutter. It includes the emotional atmosphere we find ourselves in. If we're surrounded by negativity or conflict, it can create a toxic environment that stifles creativity and enthusiasm. In such spaces, the tension can be palpable, making it hard to think clearly or engage in meaningful work. This kind of environment can drain not just our energy, but also our passion for what we do. The impact of unproductive environments can also be long-lasting. When we consistently work in spaces that feel stifling or chaotic, we can develop negative associations with our tasks and responsibilities. This can lead to a lack of motivation, making it harder to start or complete projects. Over time, this cycle can diminish our confidence and creativity, leaving us feeling stuck. To combat this, it's crucial to create an environment that fosters positivity and productivity. This might mean decluttering our physical spaces, removing unnecessary items that distract us, and creating a more organized workspace. It also involves curating the emotional landscape around us, surrounding ourselves with people who inspire and uplift rather than those who drain our energy. By intentionally crafting our environments to support our goals and aspirations, we pave the way for enhanced focus, creativity, and motivation. An inviting and organized space can ignite our passion and empower us to take action, allowing us to channel our energy into what truly matters. Ultimately, the environments we inhabit should be a reflection of our desires and ambitions, enabling us to thrive rather than merely survive. Futile arguments are those debates that seem to go in circles without any real resolution or understanding. Engaging in such arguments can be incredibly draining, consuming our energy and time without yielding any meaningful outcomes. Often, these discussions revolve around topics that are more about pride or ego than genuine disagreement. When we find ourselves stuck in these cycles, it's essential to recognize the toll they take on our mental and emotional resources. The essence of futile arguments lies in their lack of purpose. Instead of fostering dialogue or building understanding, they can quickly devolve into hostility and defensiveness. In these moments, it's easy to lose sight of the original issue, becoming more focused on winning the argument than on finding common ground or solutions. This not only strains relationships, but also leaves us feeling frustrated and unfulfilled. Futile arguments can lead to a toxic atmosphere, whether in personal relationships, at work, or even in larger social settings. When discussions become combative rather than constructive, they create an environment where collaboration and creativity are stifled. Instead of engaging in healthy discourse, we might find ourselves retreating into our corners, reluctant to share ideas or perspectives for fear of conflict. To break free from the cycle of futile arguments, it's crucial to cultivate awareness about when and why we engage in these discussions. Recognizing that some topics simply aren't worth our energy can liberate us. It's about understanding the difference between healthy debate and fruitless confrontation. Choosing to step back from unproductive discussions allows us to focus on what truly matters, investing our energy in conversations that foster growth and connection instead. By consciously deciding to avoid futile arguments, we free ourselves to engage in more meaningful exchanges. This shift not only preserves our energy, but also opens the door to deeper understanding and collaboration, allowing us to navigate our relationships and discussions with intention and purpose. Social media distractions have become an ever-present challenge in our daily lives, often pulling us away from our tasks and goals. While platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter can foster connections and provide entertainment, they also serve as significant sources of distraction that can disrupt our focus and productivity. The allure of constant notifications and updates can lead us to mindlessly scroll, consuming precious time that could be better spent on meaningful activities. The very design of social media is intended to keep users engaged, employing algorithms that cater to our interests and preferences. This can create a cycle of instant gratification, where we seek validation through likes and comments, leading to a compulsive need to check our feeds frequently. Each time we indulge in these distractions, we lose valuable momentum, making it difficult to concentrate on the tasks at hand. This fragmented attention can lead to decreased productivity and creativity, as we struggle to maintain focus amid the constant barrage of information. The comparison trap is another significant downside of social media. As we scroll through curated highlights of others' lives, it's easy to fall into the mindset of inadequacy. This can sap our motivation and energy, leading to feelings of frustration or envy instead of inspiration. When our self-worth becomes tied to the digital approval of others, it can create a toxic cycle that diminishes our overall well-being. To combat the distractions posed by social media, it's important to establish healthy boundaries. This could mean setting specific times for checking accounts or even using apps that limit our usage. Creating tech-free zones or times in our day allows us to engage fully in our activities without the constant pull of notifications. By being intentional about our social media consumption, we can reclaim our focus and direct our energy toward pursuits that enrich our lives. While social media has its benefits, recognizing its potential to distract us is crucial. By managing our engagement with these platforms, we can prevent them from consuming our time and energy, allowing us to foster deeper connections, pursue our passions, and live more fulfilling lives. Embracing a more mindful approach to social media can lead to greater clarity, productivity, and overall satisfaction. A regretful past can weigh heavily on our minds, often manifesting as a constant reminder of choices we wish we could change or moments we wish we could relive. Dwelling on past mistakes or missed opportunities can lead to feelings of guilt, shame, or sadness, creating an emotional burden that hinders our ability to move forward. This cycle of regret can be paralyzing, making it challenging to embrace the present and plan for the future. When we fixate on our regrets, we tend to view ourselves through a lens of self-criticism. We may ruminate on what we should have done differently, replaying scenarios in our minds as if they were on a loop. This can create a distorted sense of self-worth, leading us to believe we are defined by our past failures rather than our current potential. Over time, this mindset can diminish our motivation and enthusiasm, causing us to hesitate in pursuing new opportunities for fear of repeating past mistakes. A focus on the regretful past can prevent us from appreciating the lessons learned along the way. Every experience, even the painful ones, can offer valuable insights that contribute to our personal growth. By reflecting on our past with a sense of curiosity rather than judgment, we can transform regret into a powerful tool for self-improvement. Recognizing that mistakes are part of the human experience allows us to approach life with greater compassion for ourselves and others. To break free from the grip of a regretful past, it's essential to practice forgiveness both of ourselves and of those involved in our past decisions. This doesn't mean condoning any negative actions, but rather acknowledging that we are all imperfect beings who make choices based on the information and emotions we have at the time. By letting go of past burdens, we create space for healing and growth. Focusing on the present and setting goals for the future can also help us shift our perspective. Instead of being anchored by what could have been, we can channel our energy into what we can achieve today and tomorrow. This proactive approach not only empowers us, but also encourages a mindset of possibility, helping us to embrace life with renewed enthusiasm. While our past may shape who we are, it does not have to dictate our future. By acknowledging our regrets and learning from them, we can transform them into stepping stones toward a more fulfilling life. The key lies in recognizing that the past is a chapter in our story, not the entirety of it. Embracing the present and looking forward with hope allows us to live with purpose and authenticity. Unrealistic expectations can be a significant source of frustration and disappointment in our lives. When we set standards that are unattainable, we often set ourselves up for failure, leading to a cycle of self-criticism and negative emotions. These expectations can manifest in various areas, whether in our careers, relationships, or personal achievements. They often stem from societal pressures, comparisons to others, or an internal desire for perfection that simply isn't feasible. One of the most insidious aspects of unrealistic expectations is how they distort our perception of success and happiness. We may convince ourselves that we must achieve certain milestones by specific ages or maintain an image of flawlessness in every aspect of our lives. When we inevitably fall short of these self-imposed standards, it can lead to feelings of inadequacy and anxiety. Instead of celebrating our progress and achievements, we become fixated on what we haven't accomplished, diminishing our sense of self-worth. These lofty expectations can strain our relationships. When we expect perfection from ourselves, we may project that same demand onto those around us. This can create an atmosphere of pressure, making it difficult for ourselves and others to feel accepted and valued for who they are rather than what they achieve. This kind of environment can foster resentment and disappointment, eroding the very connections we value. To counter the negative effects of unrealistic expectations, it's essential to cultivate a mindset of acceptance and flexibility. Embracing the idea that imperfection is part of the human experience can be liberating. By acknowledging that setbacks and failures are opportunities for growth, rather than reflections of our worth, we open ourselves up to a more compassionate view of ourselves and our journeys. Setting realistic, achievable goals is another powerful strategy. By breaking down our larger aspirations into smaller, manageable steps, we can create a sense of progress that motivates us rather than discourages us. This approach allows us to celebrate each achievement, no matter how small, and reinforces the understanding that success is a journey rather than a destination. Practicing gratitude can shift our focus away from what we lack and toward what we have accomplished. By regularly reflecting on our strengths, achievements, and the support we receive from others, we cultivate a more positive outlook that diminishes the hold of unrealistic expectations. Letting go of the need for perfection and embracing the journey with all its ups and downs can lead to a more fulfilling and authentic life. By grounding ourselves in reality and accepting our imperfections, we create the space for genuine growth, joy, and deeper connections with ourselves and others. This shift in perspective allows us to pursue our goals with resilience and a sense of purpose, ultimately enriching our lives beyond measure. Neglecting self-care can have profound consequences on our mental, emotional, and physical well-being. In our fast-paced lives, it's easy to prioritize responsibilities, whether at work, home, or in relationships, over our own needs. This neglect can lead to burnout, increased stress, and a sense of being overwhelmed. When we consistently place ourselves last, we risk depleting our energy reserves, making it challenging to cope with daily demands. The effects of neglecting self-care can manifest in various ways. Physically, we might experience fatigue, sleep disturbances, or even health issues as our bodies struggle to keep up with the demands placed on them. Mentally, the lack of self-care can lead to anxiety, depression, and diminished focus, making it harder to navigate even the simplest of tasks. Emotionally, we may find ourselves feeling irritable, disconnected, or unfulfilled as we overlook the importance of nurturing our inner selves. Neglecting self-care can strain our relationships. When we're not taking care of ourselves, we may be less present and engaged with those we care about. We might become short-tempered or withdrawn, creating a cycle of disconnection that impacts both ourselves and our loved ones. This can lead to feelings of isolation and frustration, further exacerbating the neglect of our own needs. To counteract this cycle, it's essential to recognize the value of self-care as a non-negotiable part of our lives. This doesn't necessarily mean indulging in luxurious spa days or extravagant vacations. Rather, self-care can be as simple as setting aside time for a walk, enjoying a good book, or practicing mindfulness. It's about listening to our bodies and minds, understanding when we need rest, and honoring those needs without guilt. Creating a self-care routine can be incredibly beneficial. This could involve scheduling regular breaks throughout the day, prioritizing sleep, or engaging in activities that bring us joy and fulfillment. It's important to view self-care not as a luxury, but as a necessary foundation for a balanced life. By integrating small, intentional acts of self-care into our daily routines, we can gradually rebuild our energy and resilience. Seeking support from friends, family, or professionals can play a crucial role in maintaining our well-being. Sharing our struggles and recognizing that we are not alone in our experiences can alleviate feelings of isolation. Surrounding ourselves with a supportive community helps reinforce the idea that prioritizing self-care is essential, not selfish. Taking the time to care for ourselves is an investment in our overall quality of life. By recognizing the signs of neglect and actively choosing to prioritize our well-being, we can cultivate a more balanced and fulfilling existence. Embracing self-care empowers us to show up fully in our lives, allowing us to pursue our goals, nurture our relationships, and thrive in a world that often demands so much from us. Avoiding personal growth is a common challenge that many people face, often stemming from fear, comfort, or uncertainty about the unknown. When we resist growth, we inadvertently limit our potential and stagnate in our development. This avoidance can manifest in various ways: procrastination, self-doubt, or clinging to familiar routines and environments that no longer serve us. One of the primary reasons individuals shy away from personal growth is the fear of failure. The prospect of stepping outside our comfort zones can be intimidating, as it brings with it the possibility of making mistakes or encountering setbacks. This fear can create a mental block, leading us to remain in familiar situations even if they are unfulfilling. While staying in our comfort zones may feel safe, it ultimately hinders our ability to explore new opportunities and discover our true potential. The belief that growth requires significant effort or drastic change can be overwhelming. Many people envision personal development as a monumental task, when in reality it often involves small, incremental changes over time. This misconception can lead to a sense of paralysis, making it difficult to take the first step. However, recognizing that growth can be a gradual process allows us to approach it with more ease and openness. Another factor contributing to the avoidance of personal growth is the comfort of familiarity. Humans are creatures of habit, and the routines we establish can provide a sense of security. However, clinging to these routines can prevent us from exploring new ideas, experiences, and perspectives. Embracing change, even when it feels uncomfortable, is essential for fostering personal growth. It involves being willing to challenge our beliefs and assumptions, opening ourselves up to new possibilities. Societal pressures and comparisons can exacerbate the avoidance of personal growth. In a world where we are constantly bombarded with images of success and achievement, it's easy to feel inadequate or overwhelmed. This can lead to a reluctance to pursue our own paths, as we may worry that we won't measure up to the standards set by others. It's crucial to remember that everyone's journey is unique, and personal growth is not a competition but a deeply individual process. To foster personal growth, we must cultivate a mindset that embraces curiosity and resilience. This means viewing challenges as opportunities for learning rather than obstacles to avoid. Setting realistic and achievable goals can help us break down the journey of personal development into manageable steps, making it feel less daunting. Celebrating small victories along the way reinforces our progress and motivates us to continue pushing our boundaries. Seeking support from others can also play a vital role in overcoming the avoidance of personal growth. Engaging with mentors, coaches, or supportive peers can provide encouragement and accountability, making it easier to take those initial steps toward change. Sharing our experiences and struggles can remind us that we are not alone in our journey, fostering a sense of community and connection. Embracing personal growth is about recognizing the potential that lies within us and being willing to explore it, despite the fears and challenges we may face. By overcoming our avoidance and stepping into the unknown, we open ourselves up to new experiences, deeper connections, and a more fulfilling life. Growth may not always be easy, but it is a vital part of the human experience, allowing us to evolve and thrive in a constantly changing world. The journey of self-discovery and personal growth is essential for leading a fulfilling and meaningful life. Throughout our discussions, we've explored various areas that can drain our energy: negative relationships, unproductive environments, futile arguments, social media distractions, a regretful past, unrealistic expectations, neglecting self-care, and avoiding personal growth. Each of these factors can hold us back from realizing our true potential and living authentically. Now it's time to take action. The first step is to conduct an honest self-assessment. Take a moment to reflect on your current circumstances. Which aspects of your life are holding you back? Identify the relationships, environments, or habits that no longer serve you. Acknowledge the emotions associated with these areas and understand that recognizing them is a powerful first step toward change. Once you have this clarity, set clear, attainable goals that align with your values and aspirations. Break these goals down into smaller, actionable steps that you can integrate into your daily routine. Remember, growth is a gradual process, and every small step counts. Celebrate these milestones, no matter how minor they may seem, as they build momentum and foster motivation. Prioritize self-care as a foundational element of your journey. Make time for activities that nourish your body and mind, whether it's through exercise, meditation, or pursuing hobbies that ignite your passion. Remember, you cannot pour from an empty cup. Taking care of yourself enables you to show up fully for others and for your own dreams. Engage with your community and seek support from those who inspire you. Surround yourself with individuals who uplift you, challenge you, and encourage your growth. Share your goals and struggles, and don't hesitate to seek guidance or mentorship. Building a network of supportive relationships can provide accountability and motivation, making the journey toward personal growth feel less daunting. Embrace the discomfort that often accompanies growth. Change can be unsettling, but it is also where transformation occurs. Allow yourself to step outside your comfort zone and view challenges as opportunities for learning and development. Cultivating resilience will empower you to navigate the inevitable ups and downs along the way. As we move forward, I urge you to commit to this journey of self-discovery and personal growth. Acknowledge that it's never too late to make a change, and that the power to shape your future lies within you. By redirecting your energy toward what truly matters and letting go of the things that hold you back, you can create a life filled with purpose, joy, and fulfillment. So take that first step today. Embrace the process, trust in your journey, and believe in your ability to grow. The best version of yourself is waiting to be discovered, and the time to start is now. Thank you. In conclusion, recognizing where we direct our energy is crucial for leading a fulfilling and purposeful life. By identifying the areas that drain us, such as negative relationships, unproductive environments, futile arguments, social media distractions, and a regretful past, we empower ourselves to make intentional choices about where to invest our time and resources. It's essential to prioritize self-care and set realistic expectations, allowing us to cultivate resilience and maintain our well-being. Ultimately, redirecting our energy toward positive, meaningful pursuits opens the door to growth, connection, and happiness. By letting go of what no longer serves us and embracing practices that uplift us, we can create a life filled with purpose and joy. Let us commit to nurturing our energy, making choices that reflect our values, and fostering relationships that inspire us to become the best versions of ourselves. The journey may not always be easy, but the rewards of a life lived with intention are immeasurable. Thank you.